Hi, and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I'm Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me as well. We just wanted to thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Bobby.
And hey, and while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube as well as Chaos and the podcast channel, which all three of those channels will be streaming this very show you're about to watch. All these counselors start dropping dead, left and right. Heinous killings. Turns out, that kid who drowned the year before, his mother came back to that camp and exacted revenge.
I know I turn everything into a joke, but I care. Or I want to use that for something important. I waited a long time for this team up. In my world, you're well regarded. You were an X-Man. He's a hero in my world.
Yeah, well, he ain't shit in mine.
It's only 9 people, but my entire world is right here in this picture. And I have no idea how to save it alone, but you know how to save him.
Whoever you think I am, you got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy. Till you weren't.
Are you ready?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready. I'm the Wolverine.
A 337 model EEV crash landed here at 0600.
It's one of Wheeling Utani backwater work prisons.
How did I get here?
You crash landed
With 25 prisoners in this vicinity. All double white chromos. All thieves, rapists, murderers, child molesters. All scum.
I found something at the accident site, just a bit away from where it happened. A mark, a burn.
Wait for the fucking signal!
You have no weapons, is that correct?
Right! You're three?
So what are we doing?
Improvising!
Cobra Kai is back where it belongs. Back on top.
Thought you were dead.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Ever since the tournament, all I've been thinking about are ways to destroy Cobra Kai.
But opening your own dojo? Make sure you can balance that.
We got some new recruits.
Cobras, show them what real karate looks like.
It's just an insane karate cult that's brainwashing half the school. You got room for one more?
Someday the fight may come to you. And I want to make sure you're ready.
Something tells me there's a can of wax in my future.
All together!
You better hope that your soldiers are ready.
They're kids.
These things don't end well.
This isn't a tournament, this is real life.
There are no rules.
It's not how I taught you to fight.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yes, we will do it live, which is
That's right.
the name of it right now because
that's our credo here.
Everything's running last minute for me, so we're a bit late on this stream. 100% my fault. Bobby's just chilling here, just like, God damn it, get here, Bob. God damn it.
I'm just sitting here chilling, watching people react to Creep Show.
Yeah,
and it was just at the Ed Harris dancing part when you said, "Hey, I'm ready to go," and the reactor just said, "Man, it is so wild. Look at him with hair."
Yeah.
I think I'm surprised you're not commenting on any of those wicked dance moves he's got. Like,
I know. Who knew Ed Harris was such a good dancer?
So light on his feet, so graceful, like a gazelle.
Yes. It's amazing. Well, before we get to the movies, because I think there are stuff to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk about San Diego Comic Con? Because
yes, let's dive into some news from San Diego.
Yeah, so I like pretty much why I know is the Avengers news. I heard there's like a Doctor Who spin-off series happening, which I don't know. Like I saw the cast list. I don't know anything about it, but the cast list is like really good actors. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't recognize any of the names immediately, but I meant to read more about it.
Yeah. The other thing is they casted Doctor Doom, guys.
Finally.
Yeah. So the big reveal happened. Doctor Doom will be played by Tommy Wiseau.
I know it. I fucking knew it. It's about time.
Yes. Avengers Doomsday will be out May 2026.
That's beautiful.
I was not expecting that. I mean, it's a bold move.
I know. Tommy Wiseau to play Doctor Doom. That is just that's going to be remarkable.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be memorable no matter what you say. Here, I actually have a clip of the actual reveal. Hold on. You might be shocked that wasn't the actual reveal.
I don't know, man. It came from Tommy's page.
That's true. It has the blue check. It must be official.
I mean, would Tommy ever exacerbate or lie or mislead anything?
Never. Ever. Ever.
No.
Actually, let me make sure I have audio here. For the 3 people who haven't seen this reveal yet, we'll get set up so you guys can actually see it. All right, here we go. Not unsurprising that the room blew up. So yes,
No.
Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Doctor Doom, returning to the MCU. I know I've heard lots of people kind of negative on this. I am actually pretty positive on this. I'll go over my theories real fast. Because there's only 2 possibilities why Robert Downey Jr. came back to play Doctor Doom. Either they had a story idea, and I imagine it'd be a story idea around Tony Stark, alternate universe Tony Stark, and this would be a variant that becomes Doctor Doom, which
like Ultimate Iron Man.
I mean, there's different variants.
It's like the What If Ultimate Iron Man, where it's like what he roomed with Doctor Doom as opposed, or he roomed with Victor as opposed to Reed rooming with Victor.
I don't remember. I actually do know in the current Ultimate series that just started this year, it's actually Reed Richards who's Iron Man, or not Reed Richards. Yeah, it's Reed Richards who's Doctor Doom. There's lots of different possibilities. I think the 2 most prominent ones are either they had a really great story idea. They're like, fuck it, this is a really good idea for Doctor Doom. Let's go ahead and bring on Robert Downey Jr. We'll just pay him whatever and just bring him in. And Robert Downey Jr. always gives a great performance. So if they have a really good script and he's there, I'm think that's exciting. Or the other possibility is that he is just going to play Victor Von Doom, and he just really, really, really wanted the role. In which case, that's exciting too. I don't know which it is, but like those are the only two possibilities why he would come back and do this, and they both are encouraging to me. So like, I know lots of people are saying this is desperate or something, and I kind of don't get it. I mean, have they seen the number one movie right now? The one that's crushing all box office records.
It's Kevin Costner's big hit.
Yeah. Horizon 2 finally came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and people keep on saying, it's like this wave, a project comes out, oh, Marvel's dead. A project comes out, oh, Marvel's back. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. And it's like, Marvel's not dead, guys. It just isn't. It's still around. Yes, the Marvels bombed. But you have Multiverse of Madness was a big hit. No Way Home was a big hit. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a big hit. And now we got Deadpool and Wolverine, big hit. They still have lots of hits. They still are a major presence in the box office. They are far from dead. And one thing I also think is interesting is all the people complain about the multiversal stuff. And like the three most prominent multiversal movies are the ones I just mentioned. It's Doctor Strange 2, No Way Home, and Deadpool and Wolverine. And those ones are some of the biggest box office smashes they've had since.
Well,
then,
yeah,
so.
and they're also doing that trope well.
Yeah. So honestly, like I'm excited. Bobby, what are your thoughts on this?
What, Downey playing it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't pick a better person to play Downey without revisiting another. Well, I don't know. Maybe Gary Oldman.
Oh, well, I mean, Gary Oldman can do anything. I
But
know
he's
lots of
too
people
old,
said like
yeah,
Mads Mikkelsen. There are lots of good casting, but that's why it leads me to thinking it's one of the two possibilities of either they have a really good story idea with an alternate Tony Stark turning evil, or Robert Downey Jr. just really fucking wanted to do it. And frankly, if it's one of those two, I'm 100% game. I'm excited.
Well, but why I bring that up is, did you happen to see who introduced him?
I know I did not. I assumed it was Feige. Did someone else introduce him?
The Russo brothers.
Oh, yes. Well, the Russo brothers are directing the next two Avengers movies.
Which is also where a lot of my trust lies with them.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
I mean, the Cap series, which are the ones that they wrote. They wrote the last
they directed the last two, and then they directed the last two Avengers.
Yeah.
Stephen McFeely, who co-wrote the Captain America movies and the last two Avengers movies, is coming back to write the two new Avengers movies.
Yeah. Like, they got the creative team behind it.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling it's going to be good.
Yeah. No,
but I'm going to wait and let it unthread. But
yeah.
I see we have someone in the chat here ready for some spoilers to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So we should roll right into that by starting to talk about Alien 3.
Yes, Alien 3. Well,
yes.
Yeah, Alien 3 is like my favorite.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. David
so
Fincher's finest.
I know there's lots. I want to stress. I know there's lots of different versions of this movie.
Yes.
I've only seen the theatrical, and I just rewatched the theatrical because that's what's on Disney Plus. It's what I have access to because I listen. I own the first two Alien movies, and that is it. So I'm a slave to streaming on anything else. Like, I don't know. This is a movie where like I feel like there's some cool ideas, and maybe in a fleshed out version it would be better. But
I think if we were to watch the expanded,
I'm mostly bored by this movie. To be
I agree with you. I agree. I think that if we were to get the fully expanded version of it, it would have been a better overall film, because I feel like what this was probably about 3 or 4 different ideas kind of mashed into one with a lot of studio meddling.
Yeah, you do have to wonder. I mean,
that's an iconic shot, no matter what. No matter. I can't take that away.
Yeah,
there are some things that this movie did that I absolutely really loved, like
that's just back to the trailer.
the opening
But yeah.
theme or the Fox theme, how that would play, and then they overlapped that with the Alien theme in the score, how the movie opened like that. I thought that was like a nice touch sound design wise. Even like, yeah, that shot of the alien or the xenomorph next to Ripley's head, that is a very iconic shot. Something I was doing some reading about this after I had watched it, because after watching it for the first time in a long time, I kind of realized that that seems like it's a lot of different ideas. I found this interview where somebody gave it, a famous director, said that, actually it was Cameron, said that he hated it because he felt like, it kind of made a lot of what he did disingenuine, and killing off his characters made it very disingenuine. And well, coming from the guy who killed John Connor, that's a ballsy statement to make, man.
True. Well,
fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
I will say, when you go into this movie and they instantly kill off Hicks and Newt and Bishop, and then Bishop gets a little bit later, but like he's pretty much dead for the most part. Like Bishop's role in this movie is like less than a minute.
Well,
it does feel like, what the fuck did I watch in the last movie?
Do you think that Bishop in the end was man or machine?
What we get at the end isn't Bishop. Do
you think it's more man or machine?
The thing at the end?
Yeah.
I think that's just a dude.
Really? Because his ear looked a little funky. More funky than just being, like from when he's on the fence there. Oh, yeah.
I did not notice. But
you didn't notice that? That stood out to me. But well, okay. Think when the past 2 times an android got hit in the head, like when Ash did, his voice sounded messed up, So, and like his voice still sounded normal. So maybe he wasn't. Maybe he had some like robotic things done, but I don't know. I mean,
I genuinely don't remember anything noteworthy about it, but maybe
like right there.
Yeah, know what? Yeah, here's a shot right here. I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, that is fucked up. So he probably is some sort of android or something.
Like some parts, maybe.
I will say, like, when we're going through this movie, like I said, my biggest feature takeaway from this movie was that I'm kind of bored. And I think there's cool ideas. And David Fincher, I think, is a great filmmaker. I typically love, even if I don't like rewatch his movies a lot, which I usually don't. I appreciate his movies, and to a degree, I appreciate this too. And I would like to see like his cut, which I think has been released in some form, but I haven't seen it yet. I think the idea of
more fluid, like it makes the story a little bit more. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think the idea of like being on a prison planet is interesting. Especially because it's a prison planet, so there's no weapons like at all. Which makes sense. Yeah.
Since Sigourney was an executive producer, that was one of her demands: no weapons, no guns.
No, I didn't realize that, but like it 100% makes sense for a prison planet.
Yeah,
it's set up just to be that. Yeah, there's a couple of guards there, but like they don't really do much, or almost just the same as the prisoners, honestly. I think another thing that bugs me is that I will say I don't really like any of the new characters, with the exception of probably Charles S. Dutton's character. His name is
Charles Dance.
On Clemens didn't throw me. Dylan. Clemens felt like kind of forced to me, just for someone for Ripley to bang and then he dies. Spoiler for a goddamn, how old is this? 33-year-old movie? 32-year-old movie.
Well, we found out he doesn't shit gold, so.
Yeah, true.
And Pete Postlethwaite is in there.
Yeah, Pete Postlethwaite is here. We got Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor, in here as well, playing not remotely like the Doctor. No. Yeah, this movie has a fantastic cast. even some of the actors I didn't recognize, I was okay. And Pete Postlethwaite played David Postlethwaite.
I see that.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. We got a good cast. Like I said, I like when you watch the beginning and it's just like Newt and Hicks are just dead. It's like, and then I don't know. Like I feel like there's interesting ideas. I love, I'm a fan of David Fincher, but this movie just doesn't work for me. And um, and there's also interesting ideas with the alien, because you get the alien that is it impregnates a dog, so the alien is faster than we're used to and moves a bit more like a dog. Which also results into some very dated CGI, which
actually,
I hate attacking the movie for, but
that wasn't a CGI. Actually, that was superimposed.
It wasn't.
That was a puppet.
Oh,
they went a lot. Yeah, I know. They went a lot with practical with this.
Yeah,
because like,
well, I mean, that's
where they
I guess
could,
that's good, but it still didn't look
now,
good.
the scene later where they raise the temperature of it and drop it real quick, and it starts to bust and crack. That was CGI. That's some bad CGI there, but the superimposed film, it looked kind of to me, but I kind of had to look it up to make sure that wasn't CGI, but they just superimposed like
I just
a little
assumed it was.
miniature of it.
I'm glad you looked it up.
Yeah, it kind of stood out to me. But I could see, there was also scenes still where it used they used the suit. Like there was that one part where Ripley was like looking at the parts of the ship, and she had to double check the one part, and they show it, and I swear to God, that's the suit from the first one, just lying there as it when the alien was really just right above her.
Yeah. Well, you do get some practical shots, especially when it's close up to the people, but like. I think it's got the interesting idea of making it kind of more dog-like, but any shot where we actually see it exploit those abilities doesn't look great.
No.
Yeah. So what we're looking at here is a movie with a good director, interesting ideas, good cast. Doesn't quite work. I don't know. At least that's my take. What's your takeaway on this one, Bobby?
Like I said, I feel like this is a few stories piled onto one.
Yeah.
That
I
definitely
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have the whole prison planet story, which is most of it. Like 90% of this story is the prison planet stuff. But then we have this whole extra story layered on where the companies actually come on to visit. Because that's the thing. Once the aliens actually defeat on here, the company comes and it's like they're like the main villains now. And it almost feels like an afterthought, because it's almost like, oh, we're completing a trilogy, so we should probably do the company being evil. But I mean, it's not like this would resolve anything, this little conflict with the company here. The only thing it addresses is it kills off Ripley, so the company can't get the alien. But we'll get to revisit some of that when we get to Resurrection. But
yeah.
We'll see what my thoughts are, but I remember enjoying Resurrection, but not in like it's a good way. Like, as I recall, Resurrection was pretty bad, but like,
yeah, that's kind of what I remember of it too.
Essentially, like it's like I enjoyed Resurrection more, but 3 was definitely a better movie, but Resurrection was definitely had some so bad it's good elements that kind of made me smile more.
I remember laughing more at the camp of Ripley.
Yeah.
And
plus we got, as I recall, we got Brad Dourif like chewing the fuck out of the scenery in that one too. So
he can chew the scenery if he wants to. He's Brad Dourif.
He can do whatever he wants that scenery.
That man is a talented actor.
Yes. But yeah,
we are fans of him. We are fans of him on this show, Bob. We are fans of him.
What? Famous actor from Star Trek Voyager, Brad Dourif?
Yeah, you mean Billy Bibbit himself?
No, it's crewman Suter.
No, dude, that's Charles Lee Ray. That's Charles
Yeah.
Lee Ray.
Yeah, I'll have to give you Charles Lee Ray.
That's. I love
just
Mark
how
Hamill, but
straight-faced yeah, I just love how straight-faced he is as he's reading off the voodoo to the doll, and he's just doing it so serious. I love that performance. It's like fucking deadpan, not a hint of like goofiness at all.
Of him knowing like this is some stupid shit that I'm saying.
Yeah,
Nope, just
saying it with utter conviction. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh god.
So yeah, I guess I don't have too much else to add to Alien 3 because I mean, I will say part of the issue is like you're bringing up how there's all these different story points, but there's also not a whole lot happening here. It's a weird mix. Like it feels like they're trying to stack different movies together, but they're also not really doing much with any of it.
No.
Yeah, and like I said, if I ever get around to watching the director's cut, maybe if this ever comes up again, well, I'll be like, okay, I'm watching the goddamn director's cut. I'm tired of watching theatrical cut, but theatrical cut doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, even with like them killing Ripley, it definitely should have ended the series, I think.
Yeah, but it made too much money, Bobby.
I understand. Did you notice how she was holding the queen chest burster?
Yeah,
like the baby.
Yeah,
it as they both fell to their death. Yeah. Hey, she had the nightmare, and it came true.
Mm-hmm. True. I guess anything you want to add, or you want to move on to the what everybody is dying for us to talk about?
Oh
Cobra
yeah,
Kai
you mean
2.
Cobra Kai season 2? Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, everyone wants to talk about Cobra Kai season 2.
Yeah, that's why they're tuning into the show today.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yes. So Cobra Kai is definitely a series I've been wanting to talk about more on this podcast. It just it has tendency to pop up, and thank God this latest season has been kind of more announced. But it has tendency to just pop up, and it's like, well, wait, I want to plan stuff around it because it's a series where, like, I watched season 1 when it came out, and I absolutely loved it. And then I just feel like every season after that has been diminishing returns. And I will say, I think the good news is we're at season 2. And even though I have issues with this season, I still enjoy it. This is still solid. I will say the thing that really bugs me continuing to watch this season is like it treats everything as somewhat mature, but like every episode, like there's a random karate fight that pops up, it feels like. And it's like, this doesn't feel remotely real, but okay. Bobby, had you seen this before? What were your thoughts?
No, I see a lot of the same elements from the movies. And
yes, absolutely, yeah.
There's parts of it that kind of throw me off a little sometimes, but like how you say how they try and take so much of the stuff so seriously, and then
and then like
karate fight.
Yeah,
I also kind of find it just a little weird that there's like a dude that's like almost 30s around the guy in the class.
Oh yeah, no, that dude's very fucking weird.
And even having the party there too, and it's like, dude, you could go to jail. Like,
yeah, no, when they were getting busted, it's like, you know, dude, you're the one in the most risk right now. They will throw your ass in jail, seriously. Like everybody else will just have their parents pick them up. You're fucked. Yeah. Yeah, no, that I will say that character, I'm pretty sure is just introduced in this season. I was never a fan of him. It was always obviously just a joke character, but it's like, this is just really fucking weird. You know that, right?
Yeah, that struck you as weird too. That he was just here all the time. Okay, yeah, because I thought it was weird too.
And let's get into some positives because I do like season 1 ended with the reintroduction of Kreese and Johnny having to face Kreese again. And I think this season does all right with that story aspect because we get to see pretty much how Kreese is a lying piece of shit, which we always knew, but like we continue to follow up on that.
Yeah.
And how he's just kind of honestly borderline homeless, just living in a shelter.
I think he is
and Johnny, And you get why Johnny's like, okay, let's give him a chance. Let's go ahead. This guy's terrible to me, but I can do better than he did.
Yeah.
But he's still just a piece of shit in the end. And eventually Johnny does cut him out of his life, which is the appropriate move. And I do like that story aspect. I'm trying to think. Like, God, is I know there's more I like here. I like there's that bit in episode 9, I want to say, where there's a double date between Miguel's mom and Johnny and Daniel and is it Amanda?
His wife.
I think Amanda's
wife. And his wife, yeah.
Where they are really hostile to each other, but then eventually Johnny and Daniel just almost become buddies for a little bit, and that's actually a really cool moment. Unfortunately, it's immediately crashed down because Daniel has to be an asshole because Robbie, Johnny's son, brings Daniel's daughter over to Johnny's place to crash because they got drunk. And I would say Johnny's only mistake there was not letting Daniel know immediately, but I don't know if he even has his phone number. But yeah, Daniel massively overreacted, and that became one of the many fights. It just drops into this series where it's like, why are you fighting?
Yeah.
So, like, again, like I feel like I like this season, but like, I feel like season 1 was much cooler. Oh yes, another thing I really like is the relationship between Johnny and Miguel, which is probably the strongest aspect of the series, if not. Yeah, I'd probably go for that. And they do, I don't know, they do some fun callbacks to the original series. Yeah, I guess original films. But yeah. I do find Daniel setting up Miyagi-Do and being like, it's purposely going to take down Cobra Kai. And it's like, that doesn't really seem like Mr. Miyagi's way, Daniel.
No, that really didn't.
It's like, and Daniel's obviously not doing a good job managing that in his personal life. Yeah, Daniel's just kind of a jerk this season. I'm not a huge fan of Daniel this season, but
no, he's kind of an asshole this season.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a bit of an ass.
Yeah. And then kind of it all ends with the big fight at the school, which again, I'm like, my God, is there no one here willing to stop these kids from just going at each other for like 10 minutes? They're just in the hallways. They're
definitely not.
Apparently. And then the big the couple season twist we get is that Miguel is seriously injured and we have to see if he will recover. And then Kreese takes over Cobra Kai, which I guess we gotta have some drama. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, God, breaking it down, I don't think I liked it as much as I was going through it. But I don't know. I guess I enjoyed it watching it, but yeah, there's elements I like, but like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements that are very reminiscent of the movies.
Yeah.
But they're very few and far between.
Yes. And a lot of the teenage drama element, which they harken back to a lot, is stuff we've seen a lot, and it's kind of the same old shit for a lot of it. We get the new girl comes in, Tori, and she's gonna date Miguel, but Miguel's still pining for Sam, and yeah, we've seen all this shit before. There is the nice, there is the one story where that actually brings back all the original Cobra Kai actors, so like Johnny and
Mr. Bodybag
all his
himself.
friends in Cobra Kai from the original movie. Yeah, and they all come back and they do like a road trip because one of them's dying of cancer, I believe. So they do a little road trip, and he passes on the way, and that was actually a nice episode. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Unfortunately, it's also the episode where apparently Kreese took over the dojo off screen, but how dare Johnny do something nice for one of his old friends? Of course, his old friends are like, why the fuck are you hanging out with Kreese? Kreese is atrocious.
Yeah, they're like, dude, he was a lunatic. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Do you remember when he punched out the windshield of the car? That was fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I guess I don't have a huge amount other to say. Bobby, anything you want to add?
This was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first episode or the first season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was different. Yeah, like the teen melodrama stuff is, like you said, just very old tropes, stuff that has been seen and done before, and it's definitely targeted for that age group audience. But
yeah, probably the best elements of this season are the stuff between Kreese and Johnny, the stuff between Miguel and Johnny. And I will also say I like the relationship between Johnny and Miguel's mother, Carmen, which, I mean, doesn't get very far. But I thought that was a fun aspect to add, and it felt natural.
Yeah.
Considering how close Miguel and Johnny are. He is kind of just like a surrogate father to him at this point. So it makes, I can see that. Yeah. A mixed bag of a season, and if I remember correctly, it does not get better from here. But you know what? There's a lot to break down, because like I love season one. Season one was just such a clever way to bring back the franchise, and then they just kept on fucking going. That's why I feel like with this series. I guess that's the show today, right? There's nothing else to cover.
No, we
guys make sure to like and subscribe.
Well, no. We need to address some house cleaning.
Oh shit!
We've had a change on the schedule, so
we did.
Later, yeah, we did.
Oh shit!
Primus.
That's right. Yes. So we were talking about doing Primus. Coming up a little short on funds, so we will not be doing Primus. But still on the agenda for later this year, we will be covering Beat. And then my daughter and I, that's even later in the year. My daughter and I will be covering Baby Metal, because that's her favorite band. So that'll be an experience for me. But yes.
Hey.
But
we got
concerts coming
they seem
up.
like they fucking rock. But for that week of Primus, I wanted to talk to you. Instead of doing that, we could find something else less Claypool corrected, or related. Like he directed a movie that's like kind of a parody movie, so we could maybe add that week. And instead, since we were originally planning a Primus album ranking along with that, we could just do the Primus album ranking instead, because I've been listening to it since we first planned it, so I have like half my list already made. So
yeah. Well, let me go ahead and bring up the agenda. Where the heck did it go? Here we go. So let's see. So that would be the week of the 12th. So what was the movie?
Electric Apricot. No, Apra.
Yeah, I'm sure I spelled it wrong. Let's see what spell check is.
Apricot.
Yeah, we could definitely do something like that.
I have a physical copy, and I could figure out a way to get it on file for you.
We'll see. We'll see how accessible it is. We could definitely do that. Yeah, and that's our show, right?
I
There's nothing
believe
else to get
so.
Yeah, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. This is an exciting show.
It
There's
was.
nothing else to discuss. Yeah.
See, next, what does Nick have to say here? Hey, Bob and Bobby, I'm seeing. Deadpool Wolverine. That's right. That did come out.
Oh wait, were we supposed to see that?
I think we were. Were we?
Fuck. Yeah. Guys, I totally.
We could
saw
reconvene
that.
in 24.
I really liked when Batman popped up.
Yeah.
And said, "I'm Batman," and he beat up Superman.
I particularly enjoyed it when Steel showed up as Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, the best Steel, by the way.
Oh yeah, the best.
Yes, of course, guys. We are covering Deadpool and Wolverine. We're just having fun. I kind of wanted to wait till the end for no other reason, because part of this is going to involve a spoiler chat, and if you're interested in just kind of our thoughts on everything, you can watch most of this and not get those spoilers. The spoilers will be at the end, and you can duck out when we start saying spoiler warning. And like and subscribe, because we're thinking of you. But yes, Deadpool and Wolverine. God damn, this movie is destroying the box office. What, like $480 million opening weekend?
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, number one opening weekend for an R-rated movie ever. And I saw people bragging about being the record-breaking, best-selling R-rated MCU movie, and I was just like, that's a stupid standard. It's the only R-rated MCU movie. It gets that honor by default.
Okay, guys.
Yeah. But yes, well, first ever R-rated MCU movie, only MCU movie this year. To give you my thoughts, I enjoy this. I don't think this is amazing. I have complaints. I think this is not as good as the first Deadpool, but a solid step up from the second. And Hugh Jackman fucking stole the show, frankly. I don't know what else to say. Yes, Ryan Reynolds is great as Deadpool, but fucking Hugh Jackman owns this movie. I swear to God.
He stole this movie.
It was criminal.
Like, I thought that he had reached his pinnacle in playing this character in Logan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah, he had some more to dive into with it.
And I guess it's getting in spoilers, so I won't bring up too much into his story. But I don't think it's too spoiler to say that this is an alternate reality Wolverine. This is not a Wolverine we've ever seen before. This is not the Wolverine from Logan. I've seen some people say that, and this is absolutely not him. But there's a reason why they do that, and I will definitely dive more into spoiler territory. But I probably shouldn't dive too far into cast, because I don't know. That spoiler is in the very first few minutes. But yes, and
we get a Favreau
also something
cameo.
else. When we get into spoilers, and maybe you could call this a complaint, which I think it's a valid complaint. When I get into spoilers, I'm going to be talking about like characters who are in this movie, not actual plot points. Say what you will about that. And an interesting idea to because a lot like Bobby and I even theorized that when they talked about Jennifer Gardner as Elektra being in this movie, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to do like a Deadpool kills the Fox universe. They could have called this movie Deadpool Saves the Fox Universe, honestly. But the whole story is essentially the TVA comes to get to Deadpool because he had the time travel thing from the end credit scenes of Deadpool 2. They retrieve him, and they're like, hey, your anchor being for your universe, the Fox universe, is dead. Spoiler, it's minor spoilers here. We're very early in the movie. We aren't into the serious stuff yet. But it's Logan. Logan from the movie Logan, he died. He is the anchor being for your universe. Now your universe is going to die in about 10,000 years.
Yep.
But it's my job to kill it off, and it's taking too long, so I'm going to rush it along. And that's kind of the setup for the movie. And Deadpool is working with Mr. Paradox and the TVA. But of course, quickly, Deadpool's response is to try to bring back Logan, which is like pretty much the opening of the movie, which is a complete failure because he is very fucking dead.
Very
he does not
dead.
bring back Logan.
And probably one of the more impressive action sequences in the MCU that I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
was this opening credits scene? Yeah, because I guess already we're getting into it. So how they presented
we haven't gotten into spoilers, and while I will say, could you watch this movie without seeing Deadpool 2? Yes, but I would actually say the most important movies, if you want to know what to watch going into this, the most important stuff to watch, and I'd say you don't have to watch any of it because the movie does set up pretty much everything. But the stuff, if you really want to know the background, Deadpool 2, Logan, and season 1 of Loki.
Yeah.
I'd say that's your most important stuff. What were you saying, Bobby?
Well, I was getting into like how the movie started, and and feeling like I might start to get into some spoiler-ish material.
Yeah,
with just the opening credit scenes.
So if you want to know if I recommend going to watch this, like I said, I don't think it's as good as like I hear people talk about how it's amazing. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's a very good movie. I think Hugh Jackman steals the show.
It's very much a win for Marvel.
And I would say it's 100% worth watching just for Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
fucking amazing.
I'd say it's definitely a win for Marvel.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I guess spoilers.
Yeah. So
this is your spoiler warning here.
So so how he fights them off is digging up the adamantium infested skeleton of Wolverine and placing a lot of the parts all over his own body, including the claws. So yes, we get Deadpool with the Wolverine claws, but he fashioned Wolverine's arms and parts over his hands. Gosh. The cameos in here are pretty impressive too.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, the biggest stuff to spoil would be who appears in this movie. And I got a banner all set up, guys. There's no excuse at this point.
Yeah,
so
there's no excuse at this point.
Real quick rundown. I already mentioned Jennifer Gardner's Elektra, which I felt comfortable saying because that was reported like almost a year ago.
Yeah, that was known.
There's quite a few that aren't known.
Channing Tatum was announced as playing a role, but not saying what.
Yeah,
he's Gambit.
And he is Gambit, and I will say I did feel the joke of his accent wore thin for me fairly quickly. We'll see. Like I wasn't super thrilled with him as Gambit.
Well, I knew that there was like a project where he was announced and cited to play Gambit, and he wouldn't have been great at the accent, but I mean, it was still entertaining.
It was nice to give him a shot. Yeah, and it's
Ryan Reynolds played Nice Pool, which is a very aged Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
that's where you see Dogpool and Lady Deadpool, who was Blake Lively. Yes. I know the floating head Deadpool from the zombie universe. Yes. I know that was Nathan Fillion.
I did read that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I read the credits because I had to know. I was like, okay, is he in this? Like, he has to be in this. I guess the big one was the one that I had no idea about, but I was so fucking pumped when I saw it, was Wesley Snipes as Blade.
Yes. So I wasn't sure about Channing Tatum's Gambit, and then Wesley Snipes. Yes, that was awesome, and that was the one. Like,
great. Yeah.
This is almost all Fox characters in this movie. He's the only one that isn't a Fox character, but it still felt appropriate because I think Ryan Reynolds' first comic book movie was probably Blade Trinity.
Yes,
not a shining moment for anybody involved, but
and they allegedly did not like each other, and I think they played off that a little. It's like, I don't like you. Yeah, you never have.
Yeah, he definitely had fun with that because, like, you hear the story about how he got involved, and it's like Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the stories about them not liking each other is just like kind of bullshit, but like they'll have fun with it.
And they
or
had
maybe
fun
they
with
just
it,
mended
so, yeah.
fences at this point. Who knows? But yeah, it
I'm
seems
sure
like
at this
whatever
point, yeah.
history there was, they're cool with each other at this point. Let's see, so we got Jennifer Gardner's Electra, we got Channing Tatum's Gambit, we got Wesley Snipes' Blade. I guess the other character to talk about would be Chris Evans, who is very much in this movie.
I like how they teased it.
Oh, they tease it perfectly. Like they are foreshadowing
it's
hard.
And the way he's talking, it sounds like that could be Cap.
Yeah.
And then just flame on. No,
then,
he's Johnny
like
Storm.
as he keeps on talking, he starts saying stuff where it's like,
wait a minute.
Cap? That doesn't sound quite right. And you can tell Deadpool's like, huh? What?
Yeah.
You're Cap, right? You're
yeah.
I think he drops in a swear word and Deadpool's like, what? And then then Deadpool's like, oh, he's gonna say it, and then he's good, and then he's like, flame on. Johnny Storm. It's like, oh my god.
He's like, Avengers Assemble. He said it with him, and it was just no. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, at that. I think
Henry Cavill's in this as well.
Yeah, Henry Cavill as a version of Deadpool.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a great teaser. Yeah.
The mini Wolverine. I
the
lost
actual
it at that.
comic book accurate height Wolverine.
And then what was it? The Wolverine from the future that had the adamantium hammer that has the claws that come out of that.
Oh, that was Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, which was awesome.
That one I was like, oh,
that was a cool Easter egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's lots of Wolverines here. The Wolverine we get is not a Wolverine from a universe we've ever seen before, but is a Wolverine. And I love the backstory. And this is part of why Hugh Jackman just fucking steals this movie.
Yeah. The backstory on this one is,
yeah. He so like Deadpool stumbles across him and like essentially kidnaps him to help him out. And then he notices the suit and like Deadpool's like, oh my god, it only took 20 fucking years.
Yeah. That was the first wall break, and he drags him out and he's got the full proper Wolverine suit, but then it's revealed that it was a suit that he never wanted to wear. And the X-Men always wanted him to join and be part of the team, and he was never willing to do it. And he turned his back on them, and then they died. And he always felt guilt over it. And that's one of the strengths of this movie. So this movie, it's got plenty of jokes, it's plenty of funny, but it's able to hit you with some pretty solid drama too. Because Hugh Jackman is fucking selling the drama of just he's guilty. He was supposed to be an X-Men. He was supposed to be there when they need him, and he wasn't. And now that suit's just a part of him. He'll never give it up, which is awesome. I do like that. And he just sells that speech so well. And then you also get Daphne Keane back as X-23. Fucking awesome. I just wish we got a bit more of her. We don't get that much, but no.
I will say, like, if they want to take a break from regular Logan Wolverine from a little bit in the MCU and maybe just do an X-Men with Daphne Keane as X-23, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
My biggest complaint with her in this one is we don't get that much because like she's still selling the role very well. And now she's older, so she's actually, not like really, really young, so easier to work around. But
we also got a lot of nice we got even more cameos in this from the villain in this and the bad guy, like Taylor Mayne returning as
yes,
as
very
Sabretooth.
briefly, yes.
Toad, Ray
yes,
Park
we got Toad back as well, and then
Pyro.
Yes, Pyro actually has a little role as well. But yeah, we also get we get the regular Deadpool cast back. They don't have that big of a role. But yeah, there's pretty much the X-Force guys that they brought back. We don't get Terry Crews back, but they all have kind of minor roles. Peter is the most significant because let's face it, he was the heart and soul of X-Force.
It's Peter, yeah.
The team falls apart without Peter. Come on.
Yeah. Every Deadpool needs a Peter. We found that out too.
Like, well, I wasn't expecting Cable, and yeah, we don't get Cable. I was actually kind of expecting something for Domino, but yeah, she's not in this as well. I think it's just Peter and Shatterstar of the X-Force team coming back. And that no Brad Pitt either, which is shocking.
Well, we wouldn't have known if he was there or not. So.
True. Maybe he was there.
Yeah, maybe he was there.
And I will say, Morena Baccarin's back as Vanessa, and they do more talking about her character than I feel actually doing anything with her character. She's definitely just there for motivation for Wade. And there is a very nice moment at the end where, like, they kind of, are they rekindling, or are they just kind of going to be, close again? Who knows? But it's a nice moment. What did you think of Cassandra Nova?
I liked the character. I wish they would have dove more into her, but
I was actually I wasn't sure how they would work her in. I thought they did all right with her. The issue with her in this movie is that, like, she has always been more of a foil for Charles. Like, when you read a comic book with Cassandra Nova, like, it's a Charles stuff going on. Obviously.
Yeah.
But she worked well here. And yeah, she is one of those characters that is just insanely fucking powerful. And I think Emma Corrin, the actor who played, I want to make sure I'm getting this right, because I kind of sworn I read that they were non-binary. I think so. I'll just try to say they them to be correct, because I'm pretty sure. Anyways, they do a great job. I think they're a very terrifying presence, and they work well. But yeah, I guess other thing to let people know, if you're looking for MCU in this movie, there's actually not a whole lot. In fact, I can only think of one character from the MCU that's in this movie, if we're not talking about like archive footage. And yeah, he's right there. It's Happy Hogan. That is MCU Happy Hogan in the movie for like one scene. Most of the movie doesn't even take place in the MCU.
Yes.
I guess we could say
their pronouns.
Oh, and there's also the one
she,
agent from the Loki series.
Just to get back with that, I did some checking. Their pronouns are she and they.
Oh, she and they. Okay. All right. But yeah, this is a fun movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. If you're a fan of Deadpool or Wolverine, you should go watch it.
I will say that this one was also like a very packed house for me. Like, it didn't start
it was
as a
very
packed
for
theater,
me as
but
well.
it filled out very fast.
Yeah, I was actually shocked. I went to get my tickets earlier in the day, and the theaters were pretty full. I still was able to get decent seats, but I think it was a theater that they set up for it last minute because all the other theaters were filling up. Yeah, this was a busy weekend. Like, when the numbers came out, this movie was doing really well. I was not remotely shocked. I mean, I expected it to do well, but holy shit.
Usually these summer blockbusters don't come out. They come out like the first weeks of summer, not like so late in summer.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the biggest movie of the year, without a doubt, so far. Yeah, I guess the big movie for to open this summer was actually The Fall Guy, which, I mean, it was a fun movie, but yeah, it didn't blow up any records or anything. Yeah, so it overperformed. So it was Deadpool and Wolverine was projected to domestically do 205, and it brought in 278. That is fucking good. That's really impressive.
Yeah, that is really good.
Just overperforming your projections at all is an accomplishment, but that's almost like overperforming them by almost a third. That's wild. Yeah, this movie's huge. Like I said, it already broke the record for biggest box office opening for an R-rated movie. Will it surpass Joker just made over $1 billion to become the most successful R-rated movie ever? Do you think he'll surpass it?
Probably.
Because I think it's got a solid spot. It's already almost halfway there. And I do know opening weekend, it's got to be like solidly. It's got a decent shot at being the number one R-rated movie ever. I guess that's what my point is. Here.
I have a confession about Joker.
Yes.
I think it's overrated.
So, fun fact, I actually think Joker is a pretty good movie, but I also 100% agree. I think people talk about like it's the greatest fucking thing ever, and I'm like, it's fine. It's
okay.
Pretty good.
It's okay. I mean, he's the
I'll
Joker. He's not Alex DeLarge.
We'll be able to dive into it more deeply when we get to it later in the year. But I will say,
I saw that. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, Joker is one of those movies where, I feel like it's like an art movie for people who don't usually go out and watch art movies. So like they're like watching it thinking it's like the greatest thing ever, and it's like it's just a well done movie, guys. It's nothing amazing.
Yeah, it's like
go to a film festival sometime. I swear. Go.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that they try and do too much of a character study of the character.
Yeah,
and they try and make him Alex DeLarge. That's what I think of it. But we can get to it later.
I mean, we could also dive into how like a lot of it's a lot like Taxi Driver, and Taxi Driver is a better movie.
Yeah, I mean,
we can really explore it when we get to it.
Yeah, Travis Bickle is a complexing character.
Yes,
he's a complexing character, but one of my favorite in cinema.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah.
I mean, he's up there with Alex DeLarge.
So next week. So in 2 weeks we'll figure it out. But next week I think we're still kind of set because we got House of the Dragon. We're gonna finish off season 2, and then we got Batman Caped Crusader. However much is out by then, which I'm not sure how much is out.
I'm all about that
release date. Yeah, no, it should be good. That in case people don't know, Batman Caped Crusader is the new Amazon Prime series that is a spiritual successor to Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, it's from Bruce Timm, isn't it?
Yes. I don't think it's supposed to be quite the same timeline, but it's like the same art style and stuff like that. Maybe it's the same timeline. I don't know. I won't forgive them for doing something different without Kevin Conroy.
Well, I know that he does provide some of the voice on it.
Hamish Linklater is the voice of Batman. That is not something I anticipated. We'll see how he does.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, there. Let me see how many episodes are out so I can actually tell people what episodes we're covering.
And I will wrap it up with Alien.
It looks like all of them are coming out in 2. Oh wait, so they're all coming out Thursday. It looks like. So if they all come out Thursday, we'll cover all of them. If not, we will cover whatever comes out, and then we'll cover the season when it wraps up.
Okay.
And then we got Alien Resurrection as well, which we will see. We will see with that one. I hope it's fun.
I hope it doesn't.
I know it's not good. It's gonna suck.
I hope it doesn't suck.
Hey, Bobby, I just want you to know.
Huh.
It sucks.
Oh, joy. Good. It's the best. Which, by the way, I'm happy you referenced that movie because I happened to pick up a Blu-ray copy of it, and
nice.
Oh man, the restoration on this is fucking beautiful.
Nice.
It also comes, get ready to be jealous, a copy of the soundtrack as well.
That's awesome.
So I can ride
my
around.
copy of The Room didn't come with the soundtrack.
Oh, I know you just want to blast the "You Are My Rose" song everywhere you go.
Yes.
I'm happy that I can just like blast, hear the engines roar now wherever I'm going.
But yes, so that's the plan for next week, guys.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, do all the algorithm stuff.
Do
Help
all
us
the
out.
stuff.
If we got something wrong, please make sure to put it in the comments.
Yes.
Or you can also say hi in the comments, because that helps with the algorithm as well.
Yes.
It's how the system works. It sucks.
Yeah, and if there's something that you guys would want to see, leave it in the comments.
Yes. Yeah, drop
Let
in the
us know,
comments.
like, tag us.
We have been
Tag
known
us in
to
it. We
add
will check
stuff.
it,
Yeah. Especially if you just want us to cover like one TV episode or something, you'll just be like, hey, you want to just add this to the show? And
yeah, absolutely.
boom.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
can reach out through us on most of the socials. I have a Facebook
Yeah.
page that I run for Bobby Quarters. You can tag me on that if that's something more you're privy to, or Twitter or the Insta.
If you're on Facebook, you're gonna have more luck getting Bobby, because I have an Organized Chaos Facebook page. I don't really do shit with it.
Yes.
But
Unless I tag
you
him
can
in
obviously
something.
get me on Twitter or on the YouTubes.
Yes.
If you're part of the Discord channel, you can get a hold of me there too.
I won't respond on Discord.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, party on and be excellent to each other.
Take care.
Well, I'm not even set up to end yet, so this is good. It's gonna take
Oh.
forever. God damn it. Bobby, don't move. You're gonna break the illusion. We're freeze framing. This is a Simpson Bruckheimer movie.